What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Just Yearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. Back at it again, once again with another YouTube. First and foremost, want to thank everybody for liking, commenting, sharing. Man, listen. Thank you. Shout outs to the new subscribers. Appreciate you. Now, for those who looking, it might be just glancing and looking at the number and like, why is he clapping? You know, it's so little, you know. But for me, it's an accomplishment. For me, it's better than yesterday, and for that, I have to say thank you. I want to thank everybody who has been listening to these messages. You know, they don't fall on deaf ears, rather. You know, and we're in this together. You know, I was trying to think about a concept and something that I wanted to deliver to you all today. You know, and normally I either write some things down, or normally God gives me an idea of something to say, but literally, you know, I have nothing to say, you know. So I asked God to deliver a message, you know, right now, just freestyling onto you. Now, the message that I'm starting to freestyle with is use your time wisely. You know, I remember when growing up, I grew up in a church. For those who don't know, and growing up, it was almost like not only a worship and a praise spot, but it was like a hangout spot. Like, everybody was at the church, you know, everybody, man. Like, the people who were in the choir, the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, we had Bible study, the people who were quote unquote like the kids, but they were kind of thugs, were in the church. You know, it was a diverse mix in a church, and we all used to hang out. Like, that was our go-to. I was our go-to, and it was almost like a sanctuary for us in a sense. You know, and it's funny as I'm saying this, and I said before I was gonna freestyle because I just got some more ideas. So thanks to God. But we were in the church, and for me personally, every day was aligned for something at my church. You know, Sunday was church service, and I also worked on the tape ministry, which we did the audio for the church. Monday I was doing mentoring and helping out, you know, the Cub Scouts. Tuesday was Boy Scouts. Wednesday was Bible study. Thursday was nothing. That was like the only day that was nothing. Friday was choir and TMO. We had an organization for men. Saturday was food share. Give out food back to church again. So that kind of helped me structure, you know, in a sense, and helped me use my time wisely, because every day was aligned for something. You know, in the morning it was, of course, go to school, etc. After school, come home. I have that allotted window where I could either, you know, get some food, you know, go to the pizzas shop. If anybody in Brooklyn, they remember Golden Pizza. That was one of the best pizzas in Brooklyn. Get a quick slice. It was only $1 back in the day. Play some video games, you know. I was taking everybody off that Marvel vs. Capcom. Y'all know it. Marcus, don't look at this and say you was beating me. Nah, I was taking everybody off. You was taking everybody off that racing car game. I give you that. I was taking everybody off of Marvel vs. Capcom. Everybody, I was nice with it, man. And every day was aligned for something. And then afterwards, I would go to those regular curriculum activities, you know, and it became embedded in me, you know. And that was a whole part of the whole village race a child, because it was always something to do. It was always interesting. It was always, back in the day, there were a lot of people who were hanging out on the streets and stuff like that, but this was more like a collective. It didn't almost feel like you was going to church, because you knew that your friends and family were going to be there. You also knew that you were going to learn something. There was something to be um, digest and process. It kind of raised us in the way that we are today. And everybody who has went to that church can testify to that being some of the primary highlights in their life, or in their childhood rather. As it fast forward today, especially during these times, you know, I've said this on a lot of videos since this coronavirus has happened, and I just said, use your time wisely. I emphasize that the world is, the people in the world, humanity in a sense, is at a point where it just needs a big hug. It just needs a big hug. It's it's literally hurting, and during this time has people so confused on what's real, what's fake, versus their own truths and their own beliefs. Now, this is not the podcast where we're going to dissect in that. However, I want to just touch on this one thing, and I've said this before in other YouTubes. It's just that when we're at work and we're in that, you know, routine, like I was in a childhood. Monday, was the Cub Scouts, Boys Day. Tuesday, was the Boy Scouts. Wednesday was the Youth Bible Study. That was the routine for me. So I know that you guys, the workers who are home, who have the liberty of being home, you're not in your routine of going to work, potentially clocking in, then leaving to get something to eat early for breakfast, at the same spot, talking to the guy who normally, may hook you up, give you extra cream cheese on your bagel, or give you that extra piece of bacon, whatever you choose to eat, or might give you a discount on something, or if you're a girl, he might be flirting with you and let you get a free coffee this time. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're not into that routine anymore, and that might be a little difficult for you. However, this is the time to get into a routine, a new routine. This is the time to make these things happen for you so you can prosper, and so you can have a fighting advantage for when this thing is over. See, now when you go to work, you clock in. Say you got to be at work for 9 o'clock. I want to say you work in 9 to 5, or you work in retail, for example, because I know a lot of people can relate to retail, as I used to work in retail before I got fired from my job. So we want to take this in literal tense so people can actually understand where I'm coming from. So say you work 9 to 5, or say you work retail, you know that in the morning, say you work 9 to 5, boom. In the morning, you go and you clock in. So you got that little grace period where you could go get something to eat. Or say you wake up extra early to go to work to get something to eat before you go to work, right? Boom, eating your breakfast. If you're working in corporate America, you're probably doing some paperwork, answering phone calls, going to a meeting, right? If you work in retail, you're probably fixing the prices, getting ready to open. You're fixing the store, making sure there's nothing on the floor, making sure the clothing or sneakers are in the right order, in the right manner, making sure we're ready for when you open. Boom. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock starts, it's open. Let the games begin. We're doing some do what's the retail term? Conversion rate. See how many, customers come into the store, etc., etc. And then and then you pause, just like what I did. You just pause because sometimes at work you get bored, sometimes you get lazy, sometimes you're sick of that meeting, etc., etc. And then what happens? Boom, lunchtime. So you clock out, go to lunch. Sometimes that could be anywhere from 12 to 2 if you work in corporate America. Sometimes that's 3 o'clock, depending on if the meeting ran late, etc., etc. If you work in retail, that could your lunch could be at any moment between your 6 to 8 hour shift. So it could be anytime, right? So you still following a routine. You get it? Like you understand what I'm saying? So they say it takes a certain amount of days to create a habit. So within those time frame from you being at your job, if you've been in a job for anywhere from I say 3 months. I'm gonna use 3 months. If you've been at a job for 3 months, then you definitely know that you created that habit. You created that habit. So now you created that habit, and fast forward to now, you're in a place where you have to create a new habit. Like you have to get your body into a new groove. So what do you do? How do you use your time wisely? You know, you get it? You get it? You get it? How do you use your time wisely? Like when you wake up in the morning, right now, do you meditate? Do you do yoga? Do you drink some warm water? Do you get a smoothie? Do you call a loved one? Do you call a relative just to check on them? Do you read a book? Do you journal? What are you doing? Right? These are times where you have to use your time wisely, you know, and don't put off the things that you want to do because you're never gonna get this time back. And I bring up the church. Sorry, I bring up the church is because I remember being a part of the Sunday school at my church, which was on Sundays, and rest in peace to Miss Dolores McKenzie, who was like a mother to me and many people. You know, rest in peace to Dolores McKenzie, and she's a great woman, man, a teacher, an educator, a mother, man, a person with just the kindest heart, but kept it real at all times. She kind of pushed me to do a sermon at the church, when we had Youth Sunday. And I spoke on a topic of using your time wisely, and that year I won the Youth Award, and and it's all about using your time wisely. It's all about putting in short goals that you want to do right now, so it can benefit you in a long run, in a long term. Almost like the tortoise versus the hare, in a nutshell. You want to make sure that you have the fighting advantage for when you get out of this situation, because you're gonna need to have a fighting advantage, because when you get back to your job, you're gonna have that same feeling of, I wish I was on vacation. You're gonna have that same mindset of, oh, I wish I was on a break right now. You're gonna get sick and tired of your boss. You're gonna get sick and tired of certain employees. You're gonna be sick and tired of certain customers who you see on a repeated basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be tired. You're gonna be like, why am I here? And that's the truth. That's the truth, because our mind kind of just goes back to old habits. We have to fight hard to break those habits. That's why generation curses are so hard to break. But once again, that's for another topic. And one of the ways that I remember writing about using your time wisely was pretty much to have goals. Ask yourself, what do you want to do? Right? Everybody's saying they bored. Everybody's saying they ran out of snacks. They ran out of things to do. but nobody wants to put the extra effort to actually do things. You know, their body has been trained to create a natural habit of being lazy, of procrastinating. And why do I share this with you? Because I've been there. I've been there. I'm not going to tell you nothing that I haven't been through. I'm not going to tell you nothing that I haven't experienced. Why? Why? How is that going to be beneficial to you? You know, how is that going to help you for when you facing a problem, when you facing, you know, your mirror in a sense? So I say that in a nutshell, meaning that you have to write some short-term goals that you want to do, and then from there you can look at the goals. You can look at the list, like the list. This is a list, and then you like, oh, check this off, check that off. But then you time it. You know how long it's gonna take to do this, right? You hold yourself accountable. You have people who are gonna hold you accountable, and you say, oh, all right, so I'm gonna read this book. I got a number of time right now. I'm gonna read this book in a week, right? Or I'm gonna read this book in 3 or 4 days, however long it takes you to read the book. You know, because you're talking about we're bored and we have nothing to do, and we have all this time. We have nothing but time right now. We wanna be in shape. You wanna see a little six pack, right? Right? Granted, there's a lot of people who wanna have a little six pack, right? So what do you have to do to get a six pack, right? So exercise, right? Yeah, exercise, and most important, other than exercising, excuse me, you have to eat, right? You have to eat, so, and you have to eat foods that's going to reduce the fat that's in your stomach. You know, you have to eat. You have to train your body. This again, create a new habit to eat healthier. All right, eat healthier, and of course, there's different myths, or there's different practices in a sense where you can do to get abs. Some people will say you have to lift heavy. You lift heavy. Just keep on doing that. You'll get abs. Some people a lot of cardio, right, and do ab targeted exercises, right? So that's one thing. If you want to learn the piano, you know, you give yourself a time frame. I'm gonna give myself a month to learn this piano. You know, I'm gonna go on YouTube every single day and learn what these keys mean till I memorize it off my head. You know, this is a C major, this C minus, you know, and you keep on going from there. You want to learn a new language, right? Make sure that every day you learn a new word or you learn a new sentence. You know, you challenge yourself. You know, if you want to learn French, you know, you say hello. You say bonjour. You know, you want to say how are you? Is ça va. You know, and then if you want to say you're good, so you would say bien, or some people just say ça va. You know, ça va, ça va. You know, so you learn different things every single day, and you challenge yourself, you know, to have a list, you know, because what we're seeing right now is that nobody knows the time of day, nobody knows the hour of when they're gonna expire. You know, all we can do is have faith and trust God that we can accomplish all that we want to before that time for us to go comes. You know, we're watching the news, we're looking at everybody post something. Everybody posts something on social media, even myself, you know, of different things that we believe that this thing is. At the end of the day, we do not know. Only people that really know 100% are the elites. You know, they're the only people who know 100% what's going on. You know, we can do math, we can take different components and come up with our own hypotenuse, but at the end of the day, we still do not know 100% of what's going on. We might know, even if we know 99.9% of what's going on, that 0.1% it's still something that we don't know. So with that in a grain of salt, try to pull back from watching things on TV and social media, and make sure that you spend more time focusing on you and what you want to do. If you have the privilege of living with people, make sure that everybody is on the same page. Make sure everybody is okay, mentally and physically, you know. Excuse me. Make sure everybody's okay physically and mentally. Make sure that nobody is really hurting during this time, you know. And just check up on people. Check up on people. If you have friends, if you have loved ones, check up on them and sincerely mean it. This is ways to use your time. Call somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. Ask them, how you doing? I'm just reaching out because, of what's going on. It's a sincere thing. I want to make sure that you, your family, your loved ones are okay and safe. All right? It's that simple. You don't have to talk to them for 2 or 3 hours. You don't have to talk to them for a long duration. Just say, yo, hey, I was thinking about you. You crossed my mind. I wish you nothing but love and peace and safety. And I'm praying for you. And that's it. I mean, that's all you have to do. You don't have to do no long, oh, so what you do yesterday? Oh, remember that time in college where we was, nah. You ain't got to do all of that. And one of the books that, or 2 books that come to mind that talk about how to use your time wisely, in a sense, is Gary Vee's Crushing It, which I mentioned on the book episode. So if you didn't check out that, I'm list a bunch of books, that you can check out, and I recommend you do so if you're a big fan of books. And then 2, which I didn't mention, was Tim Forrest. He mentioned the 40-hour work week. 40-hour work week. Yeah, that's the name of the book. Yup. Great book about just how to use your time wisely. And I'm pretty sure there's other books out there. If you know of any books that recommend or educate us on using our time wisely, just comment it below. Each one teach one. Like I always say, Miss Kapanika always taught us that in high school. Each one teach one, and it still lives with me today. It's part of that. It take a village to raise a child. So comment that below. If you know a book that helps people teaches people rather about using their time wisely. So we can get that going. Also, want to say during this time, always want to say during this time, another way of using your time wisely is not to overthink. Right? Once the mind starts overthinking about something, is more likely to create some kind of anxiety, normally to create some kind of fear, normally kind of create some kind of situation based upon that. And I think the right thing to do right now is to just stay encouraged. If you sitting in one spot for a certain duration and you start to begin to overthink, if you start feeling you're going to overthink, just automatically get up. Because the minute your mind starts thinking about stuff, the minute you get in action, the thought normally goes away. Except for if you're dealing with some kind of emotion. That's the only way that you have to do some other kind of mechanism to get those emotions away. But if you're overthinking, the first thing you want to do is to get up. Walk around the house. If you have the privilege of having a patio or balcony, go outside. The weather is nice. There's some nice sunlight at the bottom. You see the light glare, some nice light right there. Be mindful I did say on previous videos that there were no chemtrails in the air. However, today I did see one pass by, so just be aware that they are still chemtrails in the air. And chemtrails will be talked about in another episode too. Just know that one of the components of chemtrail is aluminum. And other ways, I'm just going to list some ways to use your time wisely, or things that you could do. I know I mentioned it about like reading a book, but I'm going to mention some other ways that you can use your time wisely. All right. I mentioned cooking before my other video, and learn about different smoothies, right? Because right now we're in a state of a health. We're in a state of emergency when it is concerning our health, correct? All right. So make sure that you're inhaling steam. That's one way to it. And make sure that you're drinking smoothies, right? And there's different kind of smoothies for different kind of things. There are smoothies to remove metal in the body, which is good. For that, you use cilantro. You can use blueberries, lemons, or limes. You can use for a cleanse. Oh, you can also use spirulina as well for the metals. For a detox, you can use any green juice. It's a great juice for a detox and cleanse. If you want to protect your thyroids, pomegranate juice. You can make a smoothie with pomegranate juice. Cleanse, cleanse the body. Rejuvenate the cells. Help move all the diseases out of your body. I already mentioned about the different herbs and the sea moss. You could check that. That is something to do. That is using your time. What's also good is during this time exercising. But again, like I said, we were doing a push-up challenge last week, and now I don't see nobody exercising. So let's not follow trends. This is exactly why I posted on my social media. Be aware of these trends, because we just do it just for fun and to make light of a certain situation, but we do not take in these practices for our lifestyle. We're following it because it's trendy. We don't follow it because it's a right choice in our life. So let's make sure that if we going to start that push-up challenge, that we continue to do the push-up challenge, and we also watch our lungs. We also watch our lungs and our respiratory while we doing it. Because whatever this virus and sickness, whatever it is, a lot of people are saying that they're getting ammonia. So we want to be aware of that. Also, make use of your time crocheting. A lot of people crochet, make hats, make blankets, make scarves, and to donate them. That's cool. That's cool. Continue doing that. People, if you have the materials, basket weaving. That's something that you could do right now. For those who have a backyard, put the hoop up, start playing some basketball. You know what I'm saying? What other stuff you can do? Oh, if you're in the plants and you have seeds, just a perfect time to start planting some seeds, so they could grow. It's a perfect time to. Sunlight's right there. If you got a nice pot, if you want to test out some fruits, maybe you have an apple, you want to make an apple tree, Google what's the best way to do it. You got some leftover soil, boom, boom, boom. Let's get it going. If you are in a business or you're starting up a business, it's the perfect time to work on a business plan, a marketing strategy. This is a great time to write down strategies that's going to affect your business. What else that you can do during this time? Trying to think off the top of my head. of things that you could do that I didn't mention already, that will be beneficial to you guys. How about some spring cleaning? I didn't mention that. All right, great idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great idea. How about some spring cleaning? I'm pretty sure a lot of women they have a bunch of clothes that they never wear. They go in their closet and they say, "Hey, I got all these clothes. I have nothing to wear." You know, if you are saying that right now, then that means that you could donate some of your clothes, right? Take the time, look through your clothes. All right, no. All right, maybe. Now I still want this. This my freakum dress. Yeah, I still want this. Oh, these my, these my. I got them good curved jeans. All right, all right, all right. And then you you build your thing like that. You can either put it on a side for donations. You can either list them and put them on Poshmark or um, eBay or Macari, whatever you choose to do. Spring cleaning. You get with the old, get in with the new. Also, they could do if if you're a conspiracy theorist and you like researching and you really want to um, analyze what's going on or, or try to get a sense of what's going on that you could research. You can look up all these things that's happening. You can look up viruses and the definition of viruses. You can look up, people are talking about 5G, so you can look up that as well. We really were not going to dissect into that, but that's something that you could do to use your time wisely. You know, um, you can catch up on all the Netflix shows if you choose to do so. You can literally catch up on every Netflix show and write a review on it and put that on YouTube or put that on Medium. If you're a writer and you're a blogger and you're looking for something to do, you can literally watch almost any movie right now or any Netflix show or any show on Hulu and you could write a review about it. You can put that review on Medium, you can put it on Reddit, put it on eBay. If you have a Facebook group, you can put it on Facebook group. You can actually do it live. Also, great. I know this sounds weird, and a lot of people are gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not doing this." You know, if you're a writer, right? Excellent idea. Excuse me. If you're a writer into poetry, excuse me, or anything of that nature, what you could do is read your favorite poems on Instagram Live or make a YouTube and do it live, you know, and or Periscope. I think people are still using Periscope, and just read your books, read your poems, or read famous poems that have inspired you. You know, this is different things you could do for marketing. This is different things that you can do. If you're a rapper or a singer, I know I talked about writing choruses and writing hooks and being productive and stuff like that, but you could talk about music. You could start a live where you're talking about music, like the greatest songs, the greatest lyrics, and you could just read different lyrics, have the music playing in the background, and promote your business or promote your channel. These are ways that you can start your business. This is ways that you can find use of your time. You know, um, as it relates back to house stuff, there's a lot of things probably in your house and your apartment that you're not happy with. Perfect time to paint. Perfect time to fix different things that are broken in a house that needs some handiwork done to it. You know, these are times to use your time wisely. All right. This is probably gonna be like 30, 40 minutes in. This is kind of long, but I pray that you have learned something from this. This is all about using your time wisely. If you want to ask me what am I doing, to use my time wisely, come on. Come on, son. Come on, son. you know, I'm continuing with these YouTubes to try to help you tigers out. I'm advocating my time not only for my benefit, but to try to benefit you guys. And I try to make meaningful content so you guys can learn something from the videos that I'm sharing. Because at the end of the day, the numbers can be skyrocket. I can have 1 million subscribers right now, which I don't, but I can have 1 million subscribers right now. But if I'm not giving people valuable information, then what am I using that platform for? Yes, we need the entertainment. Yes, we need the comedy. Yes, we need, sports. Yes, we need the food blogs. Yes, we need all of that. But within it, make sure that it's meaningful. Don't do it just to do it. Don't do it just for views. Don't do it just for, you want the money, you want the paycheck, something like that. Do it because you truly want to bless people and make an impact in their life. And that's what I am doing with these videos. So, once again, continue to like, continue to comment, continue to subscribe, or tell people to subscribe rather. If you like the information that I'm sharing with you guys, once again, Just Yearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. More videos are coming, I promise. More videos are coming, and also some short stories and poems are coming as well. I'm 2 more to 5. Oh, I'm 2 more to 50. I'm 2 more to 50. And then once we hit 50, then the rest of them from 50, the way I have it set up is from 50 on will not only be on YouTube, but they will be on Anchor, Spotify, all right, and probably Apple Music, so you can listen to them as well, all right. And then we're gonna dissect, from what we were doing before. We're gonna get into more poetry because I really want to do some more poems, and then we're gonna get into some more juicy topics and concepts. And I also have another surprise for you. I'm starting a new what is it called? A new tier, in a sense, in my Take It Easy Tiger, which I think will be beneficial to you guys. A lot of people have been asking me about food, so I am going to start a food channel. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But I'm just gonna give like a brief introduction because really can't test certain things because of this corona. So stand by. We'll be doing a lot of food reviews, telling you guys what I think you can get when you're shopping, when you're at a restaurant, you're eating. This one will obviously be dedicated to vegetarians, but stay tuned for the reason why. Stay tuned for the reason why. Right? Just Yearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dream. Stay tuned for the next episode of Behind the Scenes. And you heard it first. Straight like that. Woo! Woo! Thanks for listening.